Hey there, sorry for the odd jump cut. All right, so we've taken the wrench action, so now we get resources. We're going to gain 2 red, 1 orange, 2 green, and 2 blue. So we actually have a good amount of resources right now. Um, our next action is we can replicate a tile. Now we're done with level at 1. We don't need to worry about level 1 anymore. And because we now have a mastery of B, a B mastery in one language, we can actually go over this column. Is there anything that we can actually get? And we can get the mirror drive, which would copy the one-time effect of another built-in tech in play. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any built-in tech, so that's unfortunate. We could go with this. We can't get the spark cannon because it's too high up. The time jolt is too high up. We would need 1 more green, and we can't get the puzzle idol, unfortunately. We could. We can't get that. Could get the hyper implants. We would need to spend 2 oxygen to do it. Would allow us to transfer from any tile, but I think that's one of those things that it's difficult to really justify it. The oxygenator might be our best bet. The hyper implants would also allow us to get this, build up on this backup tank, which feels like it could be useful. I think we're going to go with the oxygenator. Is that really the best thing to get? So dithering right now. Part of the problem is it's so high up in terms of oxygen that I really don't want to spend that much. We'll wait for it to come down a little bit. I think we're going to go with. I think we're going to hold off. We're going to hold off on getting another item right this turn. All right, so then we'll reallocate all these. 5, so we'll roll again. 5, roll again. 6, roll again. 2, there we go. This is going to go here. This will go here, and this will go here. Then the AI will take its turn. We're going to reallocate a column. It'll be column 2, which you can't reallocate, so it will go here. It's going to take radiation. It can't take radiation. There's no radiation here to take. Then use the wrench bonus, and it's going to gain 3 hourglasses. So basically, it wipes out 3 of its radiation. It's a good turn for it. Sorry. And then it's going to gain mastery in some languages. So it's going to gain 1 in red, 1 in orange, 2 in red. It's going to gain 1 in blue and 1 in green. It is almost at the point where it could start to qualify for level 2 items, but not quite. All right, so we're going to go 1 is going to stay. 2 is going to go over here. 4 is going to go over here, and this is going to go over here. All right. I think what we're going to go with is we're going to go here. Yeah. We're going to go here, and can I get anything moved over? I could. It might be worth it. The one I would want to get moved over is this one. But that would require oxygen, and I don't really feel like spending the oxygen. All right, we'll go here. We'll just keep that as is. We do get to heal 1, so that's good. Then we're going to gain some resources. We're going to gain 3 reds, 1 orange, 2 greens, and 1 blue, which means now we can get a lot of things. We could get this mirror drive. We could also get the spark cannon. I really like the idea of the spark cannon, but unfortunately with a 4 gear, it's too high up. We could get the time jolt, which is kind of nice because it's a one-time use thing, but it's 3x in any one language, which is maybe. Ideally, we'd want to go for B's and D's here. So I think, forget if you can use one-time bonus later. Like if the one-time bonus here can kick in, and I don't think it can. So I would love to get that spark cannon. If I had spent the 2 oxygen, I could have brought over one of the oranges. I probably should have looked ahead to see what I wanted. Let's just go ahead and get this +2 prime filter. I think it's the easiest thing to get. We'll drop that down to 0. We'll drop that down by 1, 2 here. It's the lowest level, so we're not going to lose anything. And it doesn't really matter which row I put it in. It's not looking great for what I want. That reveals master module. And, all right, so then we're going to reallocate all these. Again, the most fun part of this game, I say facetiously. That's going to stay, actually. Sorry. This is going to go to the next one. This will go here, and this will go here. And then we do it again for 2. So the one that stays is this. The ones that get reallocated are this and this. There is a clear winner here, so it will go here. It will gain 3 radiation. And then hopefully just gets 1 hourglass. All right, it's then going to gain a whole bunch of resources. It's going to gain 2 of these. It's going to gain 3 orange, and I think pretty much once it's maxed out, it's maxed out. There's no gaining more. So we really want to hope that it does not get any more mastery of language, or at least it takes a while for that. Once it does, it will start filling up that column really quick. That's going to stay. That's going to move. That's going to move, and that's going to move. All right, this is looking good. All right, we are going to go. It is tempting to go with that middle column there because it would allow us to gain so much stuff, especially orange. I want the mastery, though. I really want the mastery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this column. I'm going to have to take 1 radiation. I am then going to move over one of these, and I think I'm going to move over... I think I'm going to move over this. I don't think it really matters. Let's go for the red one. So that's going to cost me 2 oxygen to move this over. I get 2 hourglasses, which I can then use to basically get rid of these radiations. And then I get to learn some languages. Now these count as 4 each. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and I think I have to stop there. I can't gain any more on the. I have to get a C item first, which is probably a good reason why I should have gotten the mirror drive originally. But I'm stupid, so you know, there's that. I go up 2 on red. I go up 1 on orange, and I go up 1 on blue. And I think that's everything. I can now go for a tile if I want to. I don't have any gears, unfortunately, so it'd have to be... I could get that oxygenator now. It would cost me 2 oxygen, but I have enough resources for it. And I think it's the only thing I can really get. So I'm going to go for the oxygenator. I'm going to go take this. This is going to cost me 2 oxygen, 1 fuel, 4, I guess these are modules, and then that'll go there, and then this will come down. Let's go ahead and move these around. This is going to stay. This is going to move here. And then this is going to move here, and this will move here. The one that will change is 1, and this will move over 1. That's not what we wanted. That's not what we wanted at all. Oh, this is going to hurt. All right, so he's going to go here. He's going to gain 2 radiation. There's 1 wrench bonus. He'll gain 1 in the green. And then he's going to get some language mastery, which he's been jonesing for. 3 orange. He actually jumps ahead of me on that track. 1 red. 1 blue. 2 green. He is now... they have now achieved mastery in 2 different A's, so they can now qualify for their tech over here. So they will get 1 tech. AI gains 3 hourglass, so we'll just take these away. And that's 2 of each. Like I said, this is going to hurt because essentially it's got enough to get all of the level 2s. Just 1 turn after the next. That's going to go away. These are all going to come down. Alright, that sucked. And then let's reallocate. Once you actually get going, I feel like the turns actually go pretty quick. Again, this shuffling thing is like the biggest pain in the butt. We're going to go, I think our choice is pretty obvious there. We're going to go there. We're going to gain 2 masteries. We can't do anything yet, and we're not going to do that, I think, right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to shoot up the blue track, the red track. I think that's probably my best bet. That'll be my 2 wrenches there. And then in terms of greens, I get 3 greens, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 1 red. Now, does this qualify me for anything? I can get these hyper implants, which means that when I take a tile, I can take it from anywhere. That would actually be mildly helpful. I could, and I think that's it. I think that's the only one I can really get. Everything else I think is too expensive. This would basically allow me to complete this. What would suck is I'm pretty much committed to never completing an actual row with all of the same letter. But I kind of like the idea of getting this completed. I'm going to hold off for now. I think if I had an opportunity to get a level 3, I would take it, but I don't. So nothing moves. 4 stays. 1 goes here. 5 goes here, and this goes here. All right, and then the location that changes is 3. There's only 1 there, so this will come here. And our good friend, the AI, first heals 2 radiation. Boo. And then gain some items. It's going to gain 3 red. It's going to gain 2 orange. It's going to gain 1 blue. It has enough to get a tech, so it will take this tech, and it will gain basically 2 of each resource that it would have used otherwise, and it'll just go down in terms of the orange. We lose this from down here. These all come down by 1. We then reallocate. 1 stays. This goes here. This goes here, and this goes here. All right. So I'm now on my next turn. I get 1 oxygen to start off with. I don't know if I forgot to do that on the last turn. I'm going to pick one of these. I feel like what I want to do is I want to gain more resources, but I don't necessarily want to go to the wasteland where I'm going to gain a bunch of radiation. I do have... You know what? We are going to go there because that's going to count as 4. So as much as painful as this is, do I want to move any other tiles there? And I can't really, other than one of these. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because I kind of want to get some more orange. So we'll take this one. We'll move this over. We'll now roll some dice. I have to get 4 of these radiations first. We'll then roll 1. Thank you so much. That's lovely. I get killed on that. All right, so I'm going to get 1 red, 2 orange, 1 green, and 1 oxygen. Now, the thing that I kind of want to do is I kind of want to get the spark cannon. So that's going to count as 4, and those can be any items I want. So for the spark cannon, I have to have at least 1 oxygen. I have to have at least 1 here. So let's do that. Let's get those out of the way. Let's get 1 more oxygen just to get that out of the way. And then I think we're going to go take the rest as gears as well, because that is a really difficult one to get. Let's do the mirror drive. Let's do the spark cannon, sorry. Spark cannon is going to be 1 here, 4 here, 2 here, and 1 here. We're going to take this A spark drive. We're actually going to put it down here so that I can try to get at least the 6-point totals there. It's going to be difficult. Now I can get mastery in one of these. So on the next turn, I can go up by 1. Now, it probably would have been good if I had some way to really go up in that star area. We'll see what happens next. So 1 stays. Bloody hell. This moves. This moves, and then this moves. And then in terms of which location changes, it's this one, and it's going to lose this to here. Our rover is then going to go here, and it's going to gain mastery in language. So first of all, we don't transfer a tile. There's no radiation. There's 1 wrench bonus. It's going to gain an hourglass, and it actually has no radiation yet right now. Boo. And then it's going to gain 3 in green It's going to gain 2 in blue. It's going to gain 1 each in red and orange. And then transfer all of, oh, actually, no, it's going to go for another level 2 because it's got plenty of resources to do so. Actually, it's, okay, so this is where I need to make sure I'm looking at this thing correctly. It's now reached level B, so it will go for the level 3 item. And will then proceed to go up to here. So it's going to complete that green track, I think. But it's also going to cost it 3 and everything. It's out of blue, and finally we'll stop gaining things. The mirror drive goes away. Everything else comes down. That time jolt is probably a good thing to get. Spark cannon. All right. Let's reallocate resources. Here, let's move this up. 2 stays. That'll go here. This will go here, and this will go here. All right, back over to me. I kind of want to gain resources. I think that's my best bet. But first, I'm going to get to gain 1 oxygen and gain 1 of these, which I will use to get rid of this pesky radiation, which is like killing me right now. All right. I think it's pretty easy to see. I'm going to go here. And I'm actually going to go ahead, use the 2 oxygen, so I can move this over here. And what this will allow me to do is it'll allow me to go up 3 on a language track. Now, I am finally at a point where I have a C item, and I will go ahead and finish this. I have mastered the star language. That is actually worth the most points. In addition, I can move up 2 other tracks, or 1 up some other tracks, and I think I'm going to move equally on the red and the blue, just to keep that moving upwards. All right. Finally, we're going to gain some items. We're going to gain 3 orange. We're going to gain 2 red, and then 1 each of oxygen and modules. Now I can gain a red item, or sorry, a level 3 item, and I kind of think that what I want to do is I want to get this time jolt, but I don't have enough green to do that. I could go for the puzzle idol. The puzzle idol is badass. I have enough resources to do it, and I'm going to do it. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts. 1 module there. This goes down 2. This goes down 2. I get the puzzle idol, and I'm going to put it here. What that means is that this row is now worth 8 points at the end of the game. Flip that over. And finally, we're going to reallocate the tiles. So we got 5 tiles total. That'll stay. This will go. This will go. This will go. And then this will go. Goes back to the AI. No changes to anything. So it will go to the left-handmost tile. It's going to pick up 4 radiation. But since it's got an hourglass, that just gets wiped out. It's going to gain 2 hourglasses, so we can get rid of these. I will tell you, every time I've rolled for the AI on the Wasteland, it gets 3 hourglasses. That's the first time it's not gotten 3. It's then going to gain resources. It will gain 2 red, 1 orange, 1 green, and then 2 blue, because it has no blues otherwise. And then looks over here. It can't get any of the level 3s. It doesn't have enough resources. Can get a level 2. This will finish out the level 2. And basically that's going to be worth 4 points at the end of the game. We take away this. These all come down by 1. All right. Let's allocate. 3 is going to stay. 6 goes here, and this goes here. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. I'm going to use that to heal 2 of these. I also do get 1 more oxygen and 1 more hourglass. I can use the hourglass to get rid of 1 more radiation. So the radiation is finally starting to feel like it's under control. I'm then going to gain some resources. I'll gain 2 blues, 1 red, 1 orange. Is there anything I can get to complete this? So it looks like I can get the puzzle idol, which I've already got, and that's not going to help. I could grab another spark cannon, but I don't have enough resources for that. I could grab the Rosetta, which is going to allow me to continue to go up in terms of language for the remainder of the game. So I'm actually going to go for that despite the cost. And the reason I'm going to go for that, it's going to cost a lot. It's going to cost all my reds, almost all my oranges, almost all my greens, and all my blues. The reason I'm going to go for that is because this allows me to complete this, and I'm pretty close to ending the game. This will also allow me to move up on the language track on each turn for whatever turns are remaining. So I think that that's going to be that there. We're then going to pass the rover. We're going to reallocate these and then pass it back. So 4 stays, 3 goes over by 1, and then this will go over here. The location that's going to get shuffled is this, and it's going to be the bottom one. So the rover will definitely go here. It will pick up 2 radiation. It will then do the wrench action. It's going to go up 2 here and then here. And it's then going to get mastery of different languages. It's going to go up 2 on every single track. So 1, 2, 1, 2, except for this one. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And it is the first to complete the green track. It has 1 item in that column, so it can do that. It does not have enough resources to finish off level 3, so it won't do any of that. It's then going to allocate all these. It's going to be a big old... Come on. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is, the next thing I want to do is, I really do want to try to complete this. So it goes over to me. I'm going to gain 1 language mastery on any track. I will go ahead and do I want to do red or blue? Let's do red. It's worth more points. I'm also going to gain an oxygen, and I'm going to gain an hourglass. And the hourglass I'll use to get rid of the radiation. So here's the thing. Can I end this game? I don't have enough resources to move any tiles. I do have enough resources to get this blue one here, and because this is counting as 4, I think that's where I need to go. All right, so let's go here. We gain 2 radiation. Still not the most out of all of us. With these, I go up 2 on a track. I will go up here. I think that's my best bet. If I go up here and here, that's a total of 12 points, so I'll do that instead. Because that's going to give me a total of 5 overall. No, is that right? That's not, because right now I'm getting 2 points for this. So it's a difference of, yeah, I want to go up there. All right, and then I'm going to gain resources. I'm going to gain 1 blue, red, 1 green. Now, I need to try to get this B. I think this is the last thing I want to get. I need 3, 1, and 1. So since this counts as 4, I will go ahead and take 3 there, 2 there. It doesn't really matter. That allows me to get this B. We'll knock all these down. Don't need any oxygen for this. That'll go here. And we're now in endgame. The AI will get 1 more turn, and that will finally end the game. That stays. This goes, and then this goes. The location that's going to get shuffled is none of the locations, so it's going to go here. It's going to go through. It's going to get radiation, 1 radiation, which we like. It's going to then take wrench actions, but there are no wrench actions, which is awesome. It's then going to go up on languages. It can't go up on green anymore. It will go up on blue. It will go up on orange, and it will go up on star. And then it cannot pick up any more tiles, so it can't do anything there. And then that's it. That is the end of the game. Now let's do the scoring. So there's no score sheets with this game. This is one of the other flaws with it, I find, is that there's no score sheets. So we're going to just do this as best we can. So for me, for my language tracks, I'm going to get 2, 13, nothing, or, geez, I'm sorry, I'm not that one. 13, 31, 33, and then nothing. You always go with whatever is the furthest down below. So that was 33. Then for the tech, you'll then count up your tech, how much you get over here. Um, so this is going to bring me up to 35. Then for each of these, you'll consider what's in the row. Now, each of these have a different letter in each row, so each of these are going to be worth the middle tier of my tech scale. Right now, my tech scale is actually 4, 8, 12 instead of 3, 6, 9. So in this case, I'm going to get 6 for each of these. That's another 18 points. That's going to bring me up to 53. Finally, I'm going to lose points for radiation. If I have the most, I'll lose 2 per radiation. If I have the least, I'll lose 1. So that will bring me down to, I believe, 51. Is that correct? Let's see, that was 35. That brings me up to 53, then 51. And then that's it. Those are all the scoring. That's all the scoring I can do. So I've got 51 points to work with. Over here, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to add up for its language track. It adds up 4, 8, nothing, 11, and 23. It's going to gain just simply 10 for each row that it completes. So how much did I say I was on? 4, 8, 11, 23, 33. It's also going to gain for this 35. It's going to gain for this is 39. It's then going to lose a total of 8 points on radiation, so it'll drop down to 31. And that is the end of the game. I managed to beat the AI 51 to 31, which is a marked difference from my first game. So what do I think of this game? I know this has been a long video. I think it's going to end up being an hour long because I have to combine the two parts. I might actually just put these up as part 1, part 2, so that way it's a little bit easier to break it up. So I like this game. I think it's interesting. I think that there's some fun elements to it. I hate the shuffling of the tiles. I understand why it's there. I think it's absolutely a very necessary aspect of the game, to keep those tiles shuffling around, to keep them moving around. Absolutely necessary. Can't have the game without it. That having been said, it is the most tedious part of the game. It is what you'll spend most of the game doing. And as you see, the turns actually go pretty quick. Like, you have this lengthy, what looks like a lengthy thing here. Place the rover, trace for 1 action tile, take radiation, use wrench bonus, take 1 action, replicate 1 tech, reallocate all action tiles, pass the rover. That's a lot of actions. But place the toe, place this, transfer, do I want to, no. Do I want to take radiation? Yeah, I got to take radiation. Take a wrench bonus, that's pretty quick. Take an action, that's pretty well self-defined. There's nothing to really think about in terms of the action. And then, do I want to try to get a tech bonus? Yeah, why not? Let's go get a tech bonus. And then we got to do the shuffle thing. That's really annoying. And then pass the rover. Each turn goes pretty quick. I understand the sliding scale here. I think that that's kind of fun. The AI's interaction with it basically means that if you want to be patient, you might get that thing that you really want for a lot cheaper, or you can spend the extra oxygen and just go for it. But really, the decision tree in this game comes down to which spot do you want to go with. And for the most part, I feel like you're always going to be chasing whatever the most populous spot is. Like, on the next turn, we would have had like 1, 2, 3, just as an example. And then if this didn't get shuffled, you would go here. You would just say, that's where I'm going. There's 4 actions. There's 4 tiles there. I get 3 heal. That's amazing. It's not until near the end of the game that you start to think about, well, what do I actually need? Am I maxed out on green and blue, and that's the only thing under language? Then I'm not going to go there. The star one is really difficult to get, just simply because the only tile that has stars on it is this one. So aside from these like wrench bonuses where you can go up on the language scale, the only place and that's specifically this one. So this is the only thing that's going to allow you to move up on that track, which is why I feel like I got kind of lucky there. I mean, that's a huge score right there. That's 18 points, and my difference was 20. So that'll tell you how much important that scale was. The items have a nice progression of things that you benefit from. A lot of them are, get to turn hourglasses into things. Some of them are just simply gain items. And a lot of repeats. I think there's a total of 24 cards in each. Most of these are all very, very straightforward. Nothing too out of the whack. They all have a nice feel to it. I think it's a very pretty game. I think it's really well designed. These cards, these are a little too slick for me. Like these they've got that slick feel to them. So the cards really don't stay in place as well as I think that they should. I've only played this twice now. I've played with two different characters. I played with the Professor and the Trader. And there are two Kickstarter exclusives. So if you get a version that was done on Kickstarter, my local game store tends to have Kickstarter versions of board games, which is nice. You get this Engineer and you get this Savant. And I haven't really looked at what the other ones are, but you've got a Professor, you got a Stowaway, you got a Miner, and you got a Doctor. And that's pretty much it. I'm probably still playing some of the rules wrong. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments that, I can only do that radiation thing once per turn. Maybe that's the case. Who knows? But with that having been said, I like it. I probably won't come back to it until next year. This is going to be a one that I have to decide, is this going to stay on my shelf am I going to try to purge this at the end of the year? Because there is a mighty purge coming. There's a mighty purge of many, many board games. But with that having been said, folks, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again tomorrow with a different game. And as always, don't be inane and stupid. Or don't be inadvisable and stupid. Sorry, I can't even get my own catchphrase right. See you later, folks.